Hello guys, it's Wednesday, so it's been hump day, but please tell me that you haven't had the hump today with this beautiful weather. The sky is still gloriously blue and the weather is actually, or the temperature I should say, is actually quite warm still. I hope it's as lovely where you are as it is where I am, and I hope you managed to get out in this lovely weather today and enjoy some of it. And if you haven't and you're only just getting home from work now, then try and see if you can get some time to even just get out in the garden if you can't go out for a walk or a jog or whatever around the neighbourhood, because it really is glorious. And remember that 30 minutes of sunshine that you need to get onto your skin to get you that vitamin D. For my exercise today, just you probably don't even need to know this, but I have re-oiled the decking in my garden. My mum has been here, and my mum is one of those, remember how I always say to you, surround yourself with people that are positive and energetic, because energies are contagious and it lifts you up. Well, that for me is my mother. She is an amazing woman. She's been here today, and so lo and behold, I've been active all day because she is a doer. She's one of life's doers, and so all day we have been oiling the decking in my garden. But I have to tell you that it is looking so nice that I'm so glad she made me do it. And it's been well worth it. I'm feeling very smug and positive by the activity and work I've done today. That wasn't the plan. I should have been at work today, and I also she also came up to take me out for lunch, which we didn't do. We had lunch in, but nevertheless it was wonderful, and we had a great day. Always surround yourself with people that make you feel great. It really does make a huge difference. And remember that when we're talking on the Facebook group, that we are here to all encourage each other to do good stuff. We're all here to encourage each other to exercise, eat well, and some of you, I mean, you all really do encourage each other, but just remember that it is a place for you to share and to share that positivity. And we are a group of people that are exercising every day and making each other feel great about that, and knowing that we are achieving our goals of general wellness in life and health and fitness. So the other thing I just wanted to very quickly touch upon, Stan, I won't go on for ages, is this matcha latte. So Nikki, well done for putting that on there. Well done for working out your calories. I'm so grateful that you did that, and I hope that you've done it again and that you become a little bit addicted in the short term, so that you understand your life and where you're going, what you do, where you want to go, and then you can make some necessary changes. Now, I put on that Facebook post yesterday that I googled a latte and it was 240 calories. I'm really hoping that you googled it too and you could adjust that, because I did it very fast and I didn't double check it, and of course I didn't drink that latte. And you must always remember that when we're talking about things and foods like that, I didn't know A, the size of your latte, so it could have been less or more calories, and B, whether or not you had full fat milk, semi-skimmed milk, skimmed milk, almond milk, coconut milk, all the other milks that are available out there on the market today. And that does make a difference to the number of calories. So number one, always make sure you do that and you check, and remember it's about volume. So that message is for everybody, obviously not just Nikki. It was Nikki who put it on there. And the other thing is I just want to remind you all about health and weight loss, because there's an awful lot out there nowadays with social media and everything about health, and there's all this stuff about healthy foods, and avocado is a great culprit. It's really good for you, very natural, but there's a lot of calories in it, and it doesn't mean you can eat unlimited amounts of it. Let's talk about matcha. So what is matcha? Well, it's green tea basically. It's a green tea powder. So for those of you that aren't sure, that's what it is. But these days it's very trendy to have it. Now the reason it's trendy is because there are some proven health benefits to green tea, like lowering blood pressure and cholesterol and cortisol levels and things like that. But what you've got to remember is how you have it. And also you need to know the other side of it, because yes, it may well reduce blood pressure and stuff, but if you're doing other things that increase blood pressure, or your belly fat, your abdominal circumference is really high, then you can drink all the matcha tea or lattes under the sun, but it's not going to make a difference. So again, it all comes back down to those basics of balance. But the matcha, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because you can have anything you want within moderation. You can have absolutely anything you want as long as you're getting that balance of goodness as well as fun stuff. But you do have to know calories, bottom line. I know I keep saying it, but it really is so important that you understand that. The other thing to understand about the matcha and the green tea is, although it's pushed out there as healthy, it does still have a lot of caffeine in it. It's got 3 times the amount of caffeine in matcha and green tea as you have in normal tea. Okay, so remember that. there's only a certain amount of caffeine you should be having a day, and if you're having caffeine, then remember you need to have more water in your day. So a matcha tea or a green tea has about as much caffeine as a normal coffee, and you wouldn't have lots and lots of coffees a day. So remember that if you have the matcha or the green tea. The other thing to remember about green tea is the lead component in matcha. There's a quite high content of lead in it. Now tea has lead in it anyway, but we don't want too much lead in our bodies, and matcha powder and green tea, I think they're both the same. I might have to double check that, but they have about 30 times the lead content as normal tea. Okay, so just research the things that you have. If you don't know what it is, don't just take everybody's word for it that it's really good for you. Have a little Google, because it's so easy to do that these days. Not just calories, but other stuff, nutritional content of these things, and then work it out and see, make your choice then as to whether or not you're going to put it into your diet or not. Now, the other thing that came up on that little feed was the amount of sugar in a matcha latte, and I need to bring you back to the understanding of that, because don't forget, anything that has the word latte in it generally means that it's a milky drink. So whether it's a cafe latte or it's got a shot of coffee and loads of milk, if it's a matcha latte, it's got a shot of matcha tea and then lots of milk in it. Now again, could be full fat milk, could be semi-skimmed, could be skimmed. That's the calorie side of it. When it comes to sugar, you remember you have your free sugars and your natural sugars, and the sugar in milk is a natural sugar. It does not count towards the teaspoons of sugar, the sugar allowance you're allowed a day. Remember, you're allowed 7 teaspoons of sugar a day as an adult. Kids my age, with my kids age 6, only need 5. Slightly older kids can have 6, adults have 7. The milk in a latte and the milk in a matcha coffee tea don't count. Okay, now I haven't been able to find anything anywhere to distinguish between the sugar that you get in the milk and then the other sugar, because unfortunately when people make matcha, because matcha itself is actually quite bitter and more bitter than coffee, and so they put sugar in it to make it sweeter and therefore a bit nicer to drink. Another reason why you need to perhaps think twice about whether you have it or not. Most matcha lattes usually have about 2 teaspoons of sugar in them, on the whole, from what I can gather. I don't drink them myself, but this is the research I've done, and this is basically what I found out. You will find that some coffee shops, if you go to places like the traditional Starbucks, Costa, Nero's, those kinds of coffee shops, there's a good chance they might put the syrups in and you get more sugar in. But when they list the sugars, just remember that it's not all, I know it's so confusing, I'm sorry, it's really hard to explain, but it's not all the sugar that you've got to limit, okay? Because sugar in milk is called lactose, and it is one of the sugars that you do not have to worry about putting into your body. Hopefully I haven't confused you there, but there is sugar that's added that you need to count into the 7 teaspoons a day in a matcha latte and matcha tea, but but they're not as, it's not as much as was written on the Facebook group, and it's not as much as you may think or potentially need to worry about. Certainly you shouldn't, my children are in the bath behind me. Yes? Yeah, just coming. Gotta go. So the so basically there is, you can't drink lots and lots and lots of them because they do add sugar, unlike a traditional latte. You would be adding the sugar yourself to that, so do be careful. But anyway, I'm going to leave you there. I hope that makes it. Please do ask me some questions if you need to know more about that kind of stuff, or if there's anything out there that's can't think of the word, but that's promoted to you as a health food and you're unsure about it, then do come to me and ask me, and I will, if I don't know, I will find out for you. But if I do know, then obviously hopefully I'll be able to give you an answer. Enjoy the sunshine. I hope you get out there this evening, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.